and let's get this interview going, Mike.
Sounds good.
All right, Jave, I'll see you in a little bit.
Mhm.
Man, first off, oh wait, hang on. I guess it would be polite to turn the music off in the background. It's your music, so um, doing that.
I don't
Welcome.
want to hear
I
that.
mean, you might know a song or two. Just you might be familiar with a couple of the tracks that I was listening to. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm really well. How about yourself?
I'm amazing, thank you, and really excited for Divisive to hit the streets and the stores and everything. I'm sure you are probably more excited because you've been working on this record for how long now?
Well, I guess at this point now, it's been about a little over a year. Just as things started to open up with travel restrictions, once the pandemic started to sort of wind down, we took first advantage of that. Hopped on a plane and got together and started throwing some ideas around.
First off, and by the time we air this and everything, it will be long past. But strong game last night from Chicago Bears.
Oh, okay, so I'm definitely a Chicago boy.
Yes, sir.
But I was never a huge Bears fan. Football's not my main jam. I'm a Hawks fan though. So you want to talk about hockey, man? I'll go all day with you.
We'll
I
talk
got
hockey all day. And in fact, hey, there it is.
secondary logo right there. So
I've got one of those on my outside left knee. So we'll have to
oh really?
discuss stories and everything when we meet face to face.
All right, sounds good.
But I mean, they like talk about a team that started off kind of rough. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of kind of rebuilding and whatnot, but it's still exciting though for exciting time for the Blackhawks.
Oh, yeah, exciting time for the Blackhawks for sure. It's going to be a little while before they have something together that is like actually playoff ready. But
Yeah,
I'm still a loyal fan. I'll still watch it. I
I'm
can
right there
tell
with
though
you.
about you're talking about the Bears. I can tell there must have been something exciting because you can see on the social media feed everybody starts commenting. All my friends from Chi-Town, I'm like, oh, I guess I missed a good one. So
Yeah, they stuck it to the Patriots last night, which was it was good, and I was hoping with one more drive they could have put at least another seven on the board for 40 points, but I'll take 33 against New England any day of the week.
oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Go
Uh,
Bears.
yes,
The
go Bears
Bears.
indeed. So when when the whole tour happened, basically it was you guys going out for the 20th anniversary. Let's dial it back a hot second. Now go back right before everything shut down and a tour was announced with you guys and Stained as the opener. And it was the 20th anniversary of the sick down to the sickness, and it was going to be an incredible tour.
Psych.
And then everything came to a halt. Is that when you guys started like writing and riffing ideas back and forth for Divisive?
No, I guess at that point, we still were uncertain how things are going to play out. In the beginning, I don't think anybody worldwide foresaw a 2 year, this thing lasting that long.
Yeah.
So for us in the band, I mean, we can certainly utilize technology and, video chat or send files, and that's okay from time to time. But really, like for us, it's about the energy of us being in a room together. Um, I don't know, it's just not the same thing. So, we were just kind of holding off, waiting to see when things started to open, when we can actually go travel to see each other because we all live in different states now, and
Oh wow.
it just was kind of we were just kind of like biding our time. Again, didn't realize it was going to be that long, but I guess the bonus in a way is that by the time we were able to finally get together, there was no shortage of frustration and
Yeah.
all the craziness of the world just kind of built up, and we had a lot of material to pull from.
And speaking of starting with the first track on the new record, Hey You, obviously it's been at radio since since midsummer and all that, and sounds great on the air. And it was a nice like, wow, how you doing? Disturbed is back, and this is where we're going.
We're back, baby.
Yeah. And it just, I mean, it had a nice a nice punch, out of the gate. And then you get into the second track on the record, which is Badman. And I was lucky enough to have a listen recently at the entire record. So if we can break down song by song, when I was listening to Badman, and I have some notes over here, I put down, I love this track. The meaning of it is layered, yet it feels it's aimed at one person that I can't pinpoint. I'm not asking who the song is written about, but this is definitely a jam. Also, Dan's solo on the song is, to me, is like one that really sticks out.
Thank you. I feel the same about that too. I'm really proud of him. He threw down on that one. The song actually, I mean, we could talk about it. It's not a direct it's not pointing fingers at Putin directly, but it is, it's heavily influenced by the situation that's going on over there in Ukraine.
I had a feeling. Yeah, I definitely had a feeling because
But
I
but but you it can excuse me, it can be used though, with, I mean, there's a list. I mean,
yeah,
we all have, whether it's a personal list or it's a worldwide list, there's a
yep,
long list of people that could fit
yeah.
that description right there. So
It could be
um,
someone who has affected you personally. It could be a boss. It could be, a family member, whatever. I mean, bad man is just whoever. And it doesn't necessarily have to be bad man. It could be bad person or bad woman or whoever the bad
right.
wherever that's directed. That's where I took it. That's exactly how I took it.
Yeah, it could definitely be Bad Woman too, but Bad Man just fit the syllables of the song, the
Yeah.
cadence.
No, absolutely. Track three, the title track, I put down the closing line about living in your own reality. Is this a reflection of the climate here in America over the last, say, 7 to 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. It
Okay.
seems everyone these days is just so divided.
Hmm.
We're not an overly political band. The last thing I would want to do is ever like alienate one side or the other.
Smart.
That's what I love about what we do, about being a musician. Is our job is to bring people together, and that's kind of what this is. The title of the record and that song is, enough of this already. Tired of everybody being so divided.
Yep.
Let's come together. um I don't know. That's been very, very frustrating. So definitely needed to write a song about that one.
No, it's a gray area, and I know that, like I said, I'm not trying to. The absolute last thing I want to do is either pigeonhole you, the band, or anybody in any one thing in particular. It really is. We are living in a very, very odd time, and there is a lot of divisiveness in our country, and it's frustrating. And music, yes, is definitely one of the things that brings us together. Great food, family, the whole nine. Like, let's get back to the basics and let's just have good times.
That's exactly right, and that's very well worded. When you go to one of our concerts, or any heavy or a rock concert for that matter, when you're standing in the audience, okay, if you're at home and you're on your computer on social media, you're on team A and there's team B. And if you say something, then team B like responds, and it's this whole butting of heads.
Yep.
But when you come to a rock show, especially one of our shows, it's not about what team you play for. It's not about what politician you follow. It's not about what color your skin is. I mean, or any of that. It's
Yeah.
about, we all are individuals, and let's just come together. It's crazy. Like, this
Yeah.
world is nuts right now.
It really is. God bless you for that, because I think you echo the sentiment of, it doesn't really matter where I'm trying to find the best way, most diplomatic way to put this. I think it matters the most when we can all find common ground and agree, whether it's agree to disagree. Pineapple belongs on pizza. No, it doesn't. Ranch dressing is great. No, it isn't. At the end of the
That's
day, if we're all rocking out at a Disturbed show, I think we found our common ground.
I'm actually, that's a great analogy. I think I'm going to steal that from you. Yeah, you know what? Pineapple good on pizza? Yes or no? But you know what? How about the people who like the pineapple and the people who don't? We'll still eat pizza together, right?
Absolutely.
We don't. We can. It's not like we cannot be friends because we can't agree on whether it belongs on pizza. Let's
Yeah,
be friends and let's all enjoy our own style of pizza, however we like it.
absolutely.
I love
Absolutely.
that.
Thank you. Moving to track number four, Unstoppable. I wrote down here, I love the way this moves. You've had some up tempo grooves before, but none have moved like this one. The way, I mean, starting with your drumming, I mean, the way the patterns, the everything. Like, who came up with the song first? Was it you? Was it Dan's guitar riffs? Like, where do we go?
I want to say that most of the time, the majority of the stuff is on Dan. Like he usually starts it off with the riff. I want to say though, in the regards of Unstoppable, I remember being like in the room over there, just on like a V drum kit, and they were just saying, okay, just start noodling around, just play something. And then I think I threw that out there, and that just kind of stuck, and it just evolved from there. I mean, that's kind of how a lot of the songs start. It usually starts out with one of us throwing something down and the other one just kind of joins in. So can't exactly remember on that one, but I want to say that the drums may have come first.
Because to me, it feels like it did, and because the way how you're playing is on that song in particular, to me it also seems like it lends now the bass to jump in at certain times instead of just riding along as like you guys would be side by side, kind of just like punching in here and there, and that's really what I got out of the track.
I appreciate that. Thanks for recognizing that, I guess. Um, I can't say that during the process there was ever like any um like moment where we were specifically going for any type of vibe. It just came out of us.
Okay.
You locked us up in our houses for 2 years where we couldn't see each other, and then we were unleashed, and it was like, let's
Yep.
let's just play and play. And it just like there was so much that just came out. It was kind of like the floodgates opened.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, for me, it's almost hard to remember every single riff and beat and when it started and all that stuff. Although I love that you're pointing some of these things out. I have to like go back in my memory and think, oh yeah, how did this one go again? Because they're just, I mean, honestly, it was sometimes you get in the studio and it doesn't flow, so you take a couple days off or whatever. But like this time, it was like the floodgates open, and
Awesome.
just we all just there was no shortage of beats and riffs and melodies and yeah. So
Awesome. Wow, I'm digging this. Track 5, Love to Hate. I'm this one like really stuck out to me because the line, we have eyes but cannot see, so blinded by our own obsessions. And like all of the lyrics that David has written over the years, this to me, this is like now like he's really found such a groove with this song. And I also put here, nice punch out of the gate, great hook, very to the point, with everybody just loves to hate. And the accuracy in that line hit the nail on the head. It's my second favorite track on the record because of the
oh,
lyrics.
right on. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
that. It's
absolutely.
again, it's another song influenced by the environment that we're living in right now. It just seems like everyone is pre-programmed to hate.
Yep.
And again, that's just another thing that I just find absolutely absurd.
Yeah, it's it's so frustrating, and
Very
without
much so.
dwelling on that, kind of, and or going back to it, because as we had this in the discussion earlier, we need to find a way to be able to move past and really, just really, let's go, guys. Come on, we can't be anchored in this position for the rest of our lives. There's so much more out there, so much more to see, do, eat, touch, smell, like everything. And so we need to enjoy it.
Absolutely. I mean, haven't we all suffered enough, throughout all us individually, like on our own, have had to go through this pandemic in some form of hardship or another. So like can we just leave this all behind and let's just go, frolic in the woods together or something? I don't know.
Which is a great segue for the next track, Feeding the Fire. And Feeding the Fire is to me almost like a continuation of the song right before. So, going from Love to Hate to Feeding the Fire. And again, David's lyrics, again, the music, the drumming, the everything. It's like you guys are hitting such a stride with this album. It is like it's so great.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely really appreciate that. And like you said, like you just touched on, there is a lot of a lot of the songs, they're not about the same exact subject, but it's all very thematic,
Yep.
all relevant to again, what's going on in the world right now.
Hmm. The next track I have a note on here, "Don't Tell Me," featuring Ann Wilson.
I
Now
won't tell you then.
this what my first question, what inspired a collaboration with Anne? I mean, she's an incredible singer.
Well, I mean, that one actually just really came about organically. I do remember this moment. We're sitting there in the studio, and as the song was evolving and growing, blossoming there, David just turned around and just says, "I think this one would be a great duet." And we are like, "Oh yeah, really? Like, what are you talking about?" He goes, "With Ann Wilson." Like, there wasn't even like a list, and we're like, "With who? Like the Ann Wilson? Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, I want to hit her up. What do you guys think?" We're like, "Yeah, if you think you can get her, that'd be amazing." So
Awesome.
she was one of the people when Sound of Silence came out, and it was doing really well. She excuse me, she posted something on Twitter praising the song,
Wow.
which we were blown away. Like, oh my God, Ann Wilson, greatest female vocalist, rock
Yep.
vocalist of all time, legend, icon, blah blah blah. So the two of them had a rapport, like they struck up a friendship and just
Awesome.
kind of kept in contact. So when it came down to it, he reached out to her, and without hesitation, she says, "I'm in. Tell me when and
Awesome.
where." So, well, all I can say is that in and of itself was pretty amazing. But being able to work with her, have her voice on one of our songs, and hear David and her voice blend together
Yep.
is it's amazing. It's
It's
uh it's like Fergie and Jesus, like the voice of the angels. No, I don't know which one's Fergie or Jesus. No.
so to ride on your coattails with that part right there, I have in my notes over here, I say she and David complement each other quite well while the music is sharp and cuts through.
Well, of course, the vocals are going to shine through, so we can't not be heard in the background, right?
Right.
No, no, it's just an amazing career moment, life moment, being able to collaborate with someone of her caliber, her talent, and her stature.
How exciting. Um, Track 8, "Take Back Your Life." I have the note I have here is this has the signature Disturbed feel in how the music moves under David's voice. His vocal structure is dynamite. The breakdown in the middle reminds me of like a crowd participation part where everybody in the venue will be clapping along, and you guys go for, if you go for 16 measures, you go for a minute or so, whatever. You're waiting for the rest of the bridge to come in and drop, and like when that hits, that's when like everybody's like really losing their minds, and it's tied for my favorite song on the record.
Oh, excellent! That's awesome. I love that one too. They're all. I mean, for me as the drummer, it's. I always love to play the more complex, the more rhythmic, heavier songs, and that's another one that's just so fun for me just to play. I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Part of me, track 9, as we're now winding up, I've got about 5.5 minutes left. Part of me, I have here. I'm not sure if this is in the cards to be a radio single, but this is one that I can hear on the air in the days ahead. In other words, being what is referred to as a library track. If not, please consider it for your live set. There's something very comforting about this track.
Okay, I like that. That's a good one. I love that's another one. It's for me. It's for all of us actually. It's really hard for us to pick. We get asked often,
Mhm.
whether it's the live set or it's like a song on a record. Like, what's your favorite song to play, or what's your favorite song on the record? And I know I hate to come, to rattle off the typical stock, the typical stock cliche answer, but the songs are like our kids, and it's hard to pick.
Yep.
But I mean, that really is the case. All I can just say is the entire record on this one just felt it just came together pretty easily, pretty
Nice.
organically. Again, it just was more so about those floodgates being opened up and us being able to get in that room and just let the creativity flow.
And to wrap up the record, track 10, "Won't Back Down." This is what I have for my notes here. I said, this feels like the first song you'd choose when coming back for an encore. The crowd's been riled up for the past 80 minutes or so that you've been playing. You guys split for a moment, get your hydration, whatever, high five each other. Let's go. Let's tear it up for another 3-4 songs. Even if we only have time for 2, let's play 3 or 4 because this room is like really calling for it. So then
I think you're going to be hired as our stage manager and a production manager. You're the guy.
Let me know.
I like the way you roll.
Let me know. I'm ready to jump in at any moment you need. And then I say, then I've got here, then you get after it with the crowd singing along with every word. This is my actual full favorite track on the record, wholeheartedly.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that because, it's one thing to come out with a record. I mean, we're the ones that obviously wrote the songs. We played the songs. So all of them are of our favorites. But to hear different people have different favorites, I love that because that's a great problem to have. It's not like there are 2 or maybe 3, if you're lucky, obvious singles,
right,
and then the rest are filler. I love that people are picking different ones. I don't know that anyone's picked that one just yet. That's awesome.
Okay. Then just to, thank you.
I'm going to write your vote down.
Please do. And then I've got a couple other quick notes while I have a couple minutes left with you. Do you guys have a lot of production lined up for when you decide to hit the road when that happens?
That's not been totally determined yet.
Okay.
The answer would be yes. We'd love to try and do that. It's been a challenge. Coming out of this pandemic. The industry is still suffering from supply chain issues.
Yep.
And fuel costs being extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to figure out if we can put together that kind of show and have it make sense and have the schedule line up and have everything make out. Because I mean, after we ended the last cycle, I mean, we had all the bells and whistles. We had the video, we had the pyro, we had all the fun toys. And I know for a lot of the bands currently, it's been challenging to try and put a budget together that made sense so they can continue to do that. But I think that's part of the show that our fans have come to know and love and expect from us. And I certainly wouldn't want to shortchange them. So we'll see how it plays out.
And then 2 more quick things, if I can. Are you guys, it's kind of a 2-part question real quick. Are you guys big on festivals, or would you rather play a smaller room that accommodates a crowd of anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000?
I like to do them both, honestly. I love being able to go into something a little bit more intimate, have it be our own thing. But then there's also a lot to be said for, doing a handful of those festivals where, we kind of get to show up. We get to see all of our friends that are playing, either other days or during the day. And I don't know, it's kind of like the festivals are like summer camp for us. We get to go reunite with all our buddies.
And then lastly, I don't mean to be I don't want to make this any other way than we miss you guys here. We've only had 1 show with you in 22 years.
Oh, well.
1 show, and it was at a club, which is awesome. So that we're kind of spoiled. We had you in a room that held, I think it was like 500 people, 500-600 people. So again, we miss you and hope that you guys have Reno on the schedule, whether it's in 2023 or early 24. Please come to the biggest little city. We would love to have you here.
So we're gonna have to hire you as stage manager, production manager, and now booking agent as well. I love it. And I guess we're way overdue for Reno.
Way overdue indeed, Mike. I cannot thank you enough for your time, and this entire interview has been amazing. I hope to cross paths with you in person so I could shake your hand, give you a hug, whatever, high five, raise a pint, do whatever. You, sir, are an amazing soul, and I'm very, very grateful for your time.
Appreciate it. You had me at raise a pint.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. I'll talk to you soon.
Soon indeed.
Have a good one.
You too. Cheers.